Okay, let's take a look at question number 12 on homework 18. This one is going to involve a little bit of rewriting for this to make sense. We've got the function that they're giving us to take the integral of is 1 over x times the natural log of x to the 7th. Okay, there's a lot going on here, but I think that we can figure this out because we know what the derivative of the natural log of x is, right? And we know that when we do this process over here, this whole u du dx du thing, that we have to take an integral or have to take a derivative of something. If I took the derivative of this natural log of x, I would get 1 over x. So I can see myself using this to cancel out that, which tells me that maybe I should rewrite this as 1 over x times the natural log of x to the negative 7th dx. Okay, and I'm not sure how you're going to think about it to figure it out, but we do have something in parentheses that we're going to want to use as our u. So the only way we know how to use that as our u is to bring it up out of the denominator, and that's going to change our exponent to a negative 7, and that's going to leave that 1 over x by itself. And you can kind of see how when we wind up taking this derivative later on that's going to take care of that 1 over x. Alright, so this one is a little bit tricky in the setup. When I looked at it, I thought about how the derivative of this is equal to that, and that meant that once I do this stuff over here, I'm going to be able to clear out that 1 over x. You may just start by looking at what's in the parentheses and crossing your fingers that it works. In this case, it's going to work. So I'm going to want to rewrite this as u to the negative 7th du, right? I've got something in parentheses raised to a power. I can do that. I can take the integral of u to the negative 7th. Okay, so I'm saying that my u is the natural log of x. So the derivative of the natural log of x with respect to x is 1 over x. That's a derivative rule that we learned before. And so du equals 1 over x dx. So I have u to the negative 7th times du. Well, my du is 1 over x dx. So I've got those pieces, I've got that piece, everything just fell together perfectly in this case. So all I have to do is take this integral. I don't have anything left over here. I don't have to multiply by any fractions out here. Because of the way I set it up, I was able to clear everything out of that integral. So everything matched up. The substitution takes care of everything. So I have u to the negative 6th over negative 6 plus c, and then I just plug back in my u. That's going to give me the natural log of x to the negative 6th over negative 6 plus c. You don't have to simplify it any further than that. This is what you're going to plug in to WebAssign to get your correct answer. So again, I looked at this. When I looked at it, I saw the 1 over x and recognized that that was going to be the derivative of the natural log of x. So that's what made it make sense for me to choose that for my u, because it's not obvious just looking at this what to choose for u. But one of the best ways to choose u is to pick whatever's in parentheses. So go ahead and pick what's in parentheses, and that means that you can rewrite this as 1 over x times the natural log of x to the negative 7th, giving you the integral of u to the negative 7th du is what you're going for. Your u is the natural log of x. The derivative of that with respect to x is 1 over x. Bring over the dx, so du equals 1 over x dx. We've got a 1 over x, we've got a dx, so our du is taken care of, and of course our u to the negative 7th is taken care of because that's how we set it up. Take the integral of u to the negative 7th, which is u to the negative 6th over negative 6 plus a constant, and then just plug back in what we had for u, which was the natural log of x, and that's all to the negative 6. Make sure you get this extra set of parentheses around there so that you're raising that whole natural log up to the negative 6th power. Divide by negative 6, plus a constant, but WebAssign already gives you the constant, so natural log of x to the -6th power over -6 is your answer.